So the immigration to the UK is becoming tougher every day. Sometime last month, it was recalled that the UK government wanted to stop the dependent visa for students who are coming to the UK. So now it is official that from January 2024, that students will no longer be coming into the UK with their dependents. But they said that you can bring your children or your dependent, your children or your wife or your dependents into the UK if you are coming to do a PhD or any other doctorate that is equivalent to level 8, or if you're coming to do a research-based program. It's just, let me put it up on the screen for you to see. I'm not the one that said it. So it reads, as of January 2024, international students will not be permitted to bring family members with them while they study in the UK unless they're studying postgraduate research courses. Example, research-based PhDs and research-based master's program. So there are some courses that you will do that will need you to do some research on it. You know how expensive it is for you to do a research-based work in Nigeria. Talk more of when you are doing it in the UK. You know how expensive it is for you. So these people, they don't even do anything that don't favor them. So what it means is that for you to bring your family to the UK, you must be doing a course that has to be a research-based course, a course that will bring in more money into the country. You know that? So the reason is not far from because a lot of people coming in as immigrants into the UK has contributed to the high standard of living. Things are very expensive now. House rents are very, very high. Even jobs. A lot of people coming in now has even contributed to the reduction in the people or in the job search, or let's say the job opportunities has reduced, unlike it used to be before. A lot of people coming in as students, most of them goes into the care sector to start going to the care homes to start caring for people there and all of that. And care home, or let's say the care sector, is part of the places that have created a very big job opportunity for people. So now some of these jobs are being, how will I say, hijacked. A lot of people have come in, and then when you come in, of course, you must look for something that will sustain you, so you're going to get a job. So even the job market is even reduced, unlike the way it used to be before. When you come in, it doesn't take you time to get a job, but now people spend months before they can even find something to do. That is still part of the things that people are complaining about. But then the UK government, they are very, very smart, because they know that these students contribute highly to the economy. The amount of money people pay to come in here as a student is so high. And even the people that are already in the country, the citizens of the country, are complaining that the standard of living is so high, the cost of living is so high. Now the government is running around for it due to the high standard, just like the way people are complaining in Nigeria that the economy is so reduced, that things are so expensive, and the same way it is here. But now what is the government doing about it? They don't just want to shut down this route they used to in getting money, even though that their economy is even suffering too. They are trying as much as they can to accommodate the people that are already here. So what are they doing? So they don't just want to shut down this route, like saying, okay, no, we don't want to we don't want to continue allowing students to come in. No, because they know students pay a lot of money in coming in. What they do is just to curtail the amount of people coming in with these students. So now their dependents are the ones to suffer it. Now, even at that, the way and the rate people are clamoring for, if a better life, the high cost of living here, the standard of living is so high, everything has changed. People are complaining. So because people want to fit into the system of, okay, things are getting in so high, people are now agitating. In the NHS, a lot of people are going on strike. The nurses are going on strike. The doctors are going on strike. Radiographers want to go on strike even next week now. By Thursday, is it Wednesday or Thursday next week? Radiographers will be going on strike. Why? Because they want an increase in pay. People are clamoring for pay rise so that they can be able to incorporate, they can be able to fit into the system of, rise in economy and, high standard of living and all of those things. The government is trying as much as they can to make sure that this thing doesn't cause chaos. What are they doing? These same students that are going to come in, that are still allowed to come in, that are still going to milk the money out of them to be able to fit into what is happening here. So now, the standard of living is high, the cost of living is high. People working in the hospital, people in the NHS are angry. They are like, since the standard of living is high, the government should do something about it. The pay should be increased. We are clamoring for a pay rise. We need an increase in pay so that we can incorporate, we can fit into the system of increase in economy, in this rise in economy. What is the government doing? People want to go on strike. The doctors, the nurses, the health professionals in the NHS, they're clamoring and they want to go on strike. The government doesn't want them to go on strike, and they want to fit in. They want to listen to them and what they are saying. Now, because of a lot of these professionals in this in some of this in the health sector, in some of the departments are saying we need 5%. Some persons said they need 7%. Some departments said they need 6%. Some people said they need 7%. 7%. So what is the government doing about it? They said, because people are already shouting that it's not fair. I mean, it's not fair to say, okay, because you people need this amount of money, where is the government going to get it from? Because there is no money. The government is saying we don't have money to come and say, okay, we want to increase your pay. But what do? We don't want to increase the task, because when you increase the tax, people that already, you want to increase their money and then you want to increase their task again. So what, it doesn't make any sense. They now said, okay, to make it equal, we are going to coming from this, these people that are coming in, people that are migrating to our country are going to be the ones to pay for this. Listen to what the Prime Minister said. I'm just going to play this video now for you. It's not coming from my mouth. This is what the Prime Minister of the UK said about people coming into the UK.
If we're going to prioritise paying public sector workers more, that money has to come from somewhere else, because I'm not prepared to put up people's taxes, and I don't think it would be responsible or right to borrow more, because that would just make inflation worse. So what we have done are two things to find this money. The first is we're going to increase the charges for migrants who are coming to this country when they apply for visas, and indeed something called the Immigration Health Surcharge, which is the levy that they pay to access the NHS. So all of those fees are going to go up, and that will raise over £1 billion. So across the board, visa application fees are going to go up significantly, and similarly for the immigration health surcharge, for migrants who are coming to this country legally, they have to pay a fee to access the NHS, to contribute to NHS care. I think that's entirely right. Neither of these fees have been increased recently, and we think it's appropriate, given the costs for everything have gone up, that those fees, both for applying for visas and for accessing the NHS, go up too. That will raise over £1 billion, as I said, so it's a significant contribution to helping us pay for these
The government said that in order to fit into the economy, in order to make things balanced, the taxpayers, I mean people that are paying tax on a normal day is supposed to be increased, so that at least the economy will not suffer a lot. But no, they don't want to suffer the citizens. They don't want people to suffer more, because people are already crying that the amount of task that is being collected is much. So what do they do now? So they still want to allow students to continue coming in, but then these students are the ones that are still going to pay for all of these things that is happening. So now the immigration health surcharge, there's something they call immigration health surcharge that everybody coming in as a student must pay. Say, for example, you are coming as a student and you have a 2 years visa. You're going immigration health surcharge for 1 year is about £640. Now they said they're going to increase it. Why? Because of this high standard of living, and because people are clamoring, they want a pay rise in the NHS and all of that. They don't want people to go on strike, and then the patients in the hospital will continue dying off, or a lot of suffering will continue happening. What they do is, okay, since these people still wants to come in, since these people are still happy to come into our country, we are going to collect and make this money out of them. Because this pay rise people are clamoring for, it's more like people are saying we need 6% of increase. Doctors are saying we need 7% of increase. These people are saying we need 5% of increase. Where is this money going to come from when the government is crying that the economy is going down? They don't want to task people to continue paying more tax than they used to do before. Now they still allowed students to come in, but then this money is going to come from them. So the immigration health surcharge is now going to be increased more than it used to be before. So even if you are coming in as a student, from January next year, the immigration health surcharge you are paying at £640 per month now won't be 640. They said it will be double the price, although they've not given the rough estimate of what it's going to be. They said it's going to be about, but somebody I think one of the blogs carried it and said it's going to be roughly about £1,240. That's for 1 year. Now you're having a 2 years visa at least to come over to study. This 2 years visa, you're going to pay immigration health surcharge of about how much? 2,500 almost. So it's not part of the visa fee. So now the government said we are increasing the immigration health surcharge fee, and we are increasing the visa application fee. So if you still want to come in as a student, this is still what is left for you to consider. So what I'm trying to say is that it's getting difficult every day, in as much as even the school fees is not cheap. It's fuckingly, I mean, it's so high, it's so very expensive. I know somebody that paid as much as £18,000 to come into this place to study as a school fees, and it's for 2 years. £18,000 per year. 18,000 is roughly 18 million. 18 million naira, or even more than that now, because the pounds to naira rate is increasing every day. You pay 18 million naira for 1 year. Next year, you pay another 18 million naira. It's not like there is even a job that will guarantee that you're going to make this money double what you're supposed to get. The thing, it keeps on increasing. I mean, that's the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom speaking. You've heard it from the nurse's mouth. This is because pay rise, people are agitating for a pay rise. This is because the economy is so high. This is because people want to go on strike. The teachers, the nurses, the doctors, the radiographers, I mean, professionals, people who are contributing to the health sector, they say they want to go on strike, and they don't want them to go on strike, so they would have to give in to their demand. And by giving in to their demand, they're asking, where is this money going to come from if you want us to increase your pay rise? Because the economy is already suffering, and they don't want to task people. They don't want to, increase the tax so that people will suffer more. So now they want to put the burden on the people who are coming in as immigrants into the country. So now just bear in mind that your visa fee is going to increase, and then the immigration health social fee is going to be increased. And as these things are increasing, when you are coming into the country, you don't have access to public fund. But even the NHS or the immigration health social that wants to be increased, I mean, some people, even when they get here 1 year, 2 years, they've not gone to the hospital, because they claim that it's the money that will give you access for you to to get to the NHS, and then you'll be treated free of charge and all of that. But then people don't get sick like that. You may even stay here more than 2-3 years, you don't go to the hospital. And I mean, it's a must. You must pay the money before you come. It's not an optional fee for you to pay. So so some of these things are the things they do to increase their economy. Our country, I don't know what they are doing to increase their own. So guys, the essence of this video is just for you to tighten your seatbelt. If you're making preparation for migrating to coming into the UK as a student, this is what it is at the moment. So you try as much as you can, to do your things as quick as possible, because I mean, every day things are changing. They can wake up tomorrow and then start giving us another gist that this one happened and the other one happened. Thank you guys for sticking around. Please follow my page, comment on the video, and please like the video too. Thank you. Bye.